Welcome to Fortunes Hiding Down Under TV. We aren't doing a pub show today because there's only two of us. And it's been a bit of a hectic day for a few of us. So we've had to do this one. So we're doing a live one. So if anyone's in the chat, get involved, have a little chat with us about the game. But Nath, how's your day been, mate?
Fucking hot. I think it's the only way to describe the weather here today. I saw something that said it was feels like factor of 41.4 degrees today outside. So, yeah, not enjoyable.
It wouldn't be a show with us. It wouldn't be a show with us if we didn't start talking about the weather from the get-go, really. But it has been unbelievably hot here today. I think, as you're right, about 42 feel it was, apparently. So, sweating.
Yeah.
Woke up to the beautiful game that we call football, and we watched West Ham versus Sheffield United. So, I mean, I didn't watch it live. I got up this morning and watched it when I woke up. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the result. But I mean, let's go through. What did you think of the lineup, mate?
Look, probably the same as the game. Really, there was nothing there that I was surprised by. Really. I thought it was. Sorry, I should say. But Bowen aside, I was pretty excited to see that he made it back. But without Bowen, I really didn't expect much different to that. So yeah, what about yourself?
I was not really. I thought they might have gone with Obama, if I'm being honest. I think him over Ings. Cornet, I knew that would get a shout. We'll go into a bit of like how everyone got on in a minute, but I think the rest of it sort of picked itself, mate, didn't it? Yeah,
definitely. I was sort of half thinking that maybe they would have stuck with the 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 formation that we played against Bristol City, but not surprised either way that we went back to a 4-2-3-1 either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, because look, Cresswell didn't really cover himself in glory when he played midweek either, did he? So you can sort of understand why they went back to the shape that they actually did. So
yeah, I mean, going to Bramall Lane though, it was always going to be a bit of a hostile game. They're definitely sort of our modern day rivalry there. I think with the Tevez thing, obviously, so it was always going to have a little bit more bite in this game.
Yeah,
they're bottom of the league, mate. And they're bottom of the league for a reason. For me, should be winning them games. Where do you reckon it was lost?
Oh, just in it with what we did with the ball. Our execution with the ball was fucking poor. Like all over the park. It didn't really matter. Like I don't know if I could pick out one player who I thought every time they got the ball, they did something meaningful with it, and they had a good touch. They passed with purpose. Everything was fucking. Just a bit half-assed, really, more than that's probably the way I'd sum it up.
I think with passing, that could be a lot to be desired, especially from. I hate to call him out, and I love him. You know, I'm going to talk about. I'm sure, Mr. Fornals, Mr. Padlow. But my God, if I call out Souček for basic passing. He was up there last night as well for me. I thought his passing was terrible. He just couldn't get first ones off, could he? He was just so bad.
And between him and fucking let's be real and give credit to you. Like Danny Ings had probably one of the best games he's had in a West Ham shirt, but his touch majority of the time was fucking just ordinary. It was almost like I was thinking about it after the game. Like if you tried to sum it up a little bit, it was like a pre-season game. Like the way that most of our players were touching the ball, it was just that little bit off. And you saw it a lot, especially in the first half when Ings had that shot that led to Cornet's goal. Like he needed about 4 touches just to get the fucking ball into the right spot, didn't he?
Yeah, I agree. But I think that he stunk of a player that is just wanting a goal.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And he done everything other than get a goal, I think, last night. I think he turned well. He turned well for the He turned well for the pen, to get into the box. That was great. And I think if he'd been any faster, we wouldn't have got the penalty, and he would have got a shot off. If I'm being
true. And I think there were some other times too. When he was further up the pitch, like he nicked the ball and he nicked it well. It was pleasing, but I reckon he'd even probably give himself a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10 for that performance.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I thought he was really good. I was really impressed with him. But talking about like chances and stuff like that, here's a little thing for you. Who do you reckon got more shots on target, us or them?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Surely. Yeah. I haven't looked at the stats, but
by one. But I think our chances were more clear cut, and we just was not clinical enough, mate. Wasn't clinical enough.
No. Even Bowen, I think was that off the corner or a free kick when he runs in. Like he has been nailing those little touches all year. And look, you can probably forgive him because I doubt he spent a lot of time on the park in between now and the first leg of the cup. So he was. I'm fucking glad he got through it, and he got through it quite well. There was a couple of challenges that went in there late where you're just shitting yourself watching him go in for the ball, but it was it was just ordinary all round. So what'd you make of Cornet's game?
Lightweight. I thought he didn't hold the ball up well enough. I think he does go down very easily. I think he's not suited to the Prem in our system. And that I know he done it for Burnley. I know that. But I do feel like when you play under a Moyes team, it takes confidence out of you. And it takes a little bit more out of you in terms of you don't want to do something wrong. So I think he would rather fall on the floor and look like he's lost the ball or got on a foul against him than actually just try and hold it. And then if he loses it, he won't get in trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think he was direct enough. I don't know. He's obviously lacking confidence, mate.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that. There was times there though, like especially just after he scored the goal, he just fucking dallied on the ball. It's like he sort of rose a little bit too much, after that. Like 2 or 3 touches, and the players were coming in behind and nicking the ball, and he just wasn't aware at all. And then there was moments where he's like mid-air trying to fucking fly kick volley something. What are you doing, mate? Like just when you get into those scenarios, like you've just got to try and do the simple things right. Take a touch with your left, play with your right. Simple shit like that would benefit him so well. But he was almost trying to just do the impossible.
There was something that one of the commentators said, and he was like, "It's like these three have never played together." And the guy's obviously not done his commentary. He's obviously not looked through his notes because they pretty much haven't played together. And you could tell that. And you could tell that there was no chemistry there. It looked a bit lackluster. You put Kudos and Paquetá in there, it's a different story. We're missing the boys, aren't we? We are missing the boys.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the difference that Alvarez makes there. Like, I don't care what anyone says, but, JWP and Souček are like fucking oil and water. Like, they just do not gel together at all. Like, every time you see them in those two in that holding role, it just, you just get frustrated, and you just know that we just get opened up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, definitely, mate. And like Kieran's just said, hello, mate. How you doing? He did say he's melting. Don't worry, we are as well. I've got a fan in this room, and it's not doing too much, to be honest. But as he just said, I was screaming for Cornet to have a blinder, but he was poor apart from the goal. I have to agree. I don't think it was great. Even when he scored, I did think he was offside. Even he looked at the line-up. That's what made me think, for fuck's sake, here we go again. But it was a good goal. He's taken it really well. Like
it was, that was his fucking one and only highlight, right?
You could misjudge them ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, that was the one volley he kind of got right, wasn't it?
But it was one of them games. It was crying out for an old beast, Antonio.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest.
Yeah,
and I don't know whether he's still got it in his locker, but I feel like he needed to be in there bullying people. But saying that, Danny Ings, he put himself about last night.
Yeah,
the way he was cutting balls out from their midfield, like, and he was running it. The geezer looks like he's going backwards when he's going forwards. Like he's so slow. But I was like, fair play to you. You're nicking in. You're doing it. And I think he'd done himself justice last night. I really do.
No, he did. He did. I couldn't really think about the time I've seen him play a 10 role before, but he didn't seem to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Like he was moving well. He was, trying to sort of put himself about and combine and progress the ball up the pitch a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, Sam Oakes just put here, hello, mate, how you doing? Ings playing the number 10 role works. Yeah, I agree. I thought he picked it up really nicely and he was turning corners. Like, I think he was blinding. But obviously, we get the goal. Go into half. Hang on, did they score after half time?
Yeah, no. They conceded. Yeah. We conceded it was like the 43rd or 44th minute or something.
Sorry, 43rd minute. What do you reckon?
Mate, fucking, I don't know what JWP was watching there. He's like a fucking traffic cone. Like that, sometimes you don't see it, but then when you watch the replay and stuff and you see that he was almost behind Ward-Prowse and then moved in front of him all in the space of moments. But if he checks his shoulder, like he's going to get closer to him because he seemed like he had a bit of an eternity with the ball before he got the shot away. So it was pretty poor, I thought. But like tough save for Mariola. In the first instance.
That was a class save, mate. He pulls them out, doesn't he? He really does.
Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. It sort of, it went straight back into his path a little bit, but, it was point blank.
Just put it to the side of him.
Yeah. So,
Richard Kelty. Sorry, mate.
Well, that's all right. Morning, Richard.
From the UK, guys. Yeah. Ben Johnson, give him a new contract. He was brilliant when he came on yesterday. Was by far our best midfielder. Well, I was going to come on to this later. We will come on to Ben Johnson, but I agree with you. So we will come back to that one, Rich. But then we go in at half time. So obviously, what do you think Moyes is saying at half time?
Take care of the fucking ball. Like more than anything, like we had enough of it to put some fucking, like I said to you just before we went on air, like we should have been 3-0 up, like, or at least 3-1 up by the time we went in at half time. We had so many gettable chances. I reckon he would have just been, like just take care of the ball. Like you're gonna get enough of it. You're gonna get some more opportunities. Just fucking do the right thing when you've got the ball. Because structurally, like they did. Like they got in behind us once or twice. I think once or twice they were offside. Sufal played them on once or something. But I don't know. You kind of get used to us playing in and around the top of their box. So I wasn't all that sort of stressed when they had the ball, so to speak. But when we had it, you're just like, oh fuck. Like
I'll tell you what. I was stressed when a certain Sheffield United player had the ball. That McAtee, mate, he can play. Man City, and that I think he was a main bit of the difference between the two teams last night. His creativity was so good. Like when he was industrial, he had a little bit of flair about him. He had a bit of everything. Like he had the touch of the Phil Foden about him. I thought he was quality. And well, he's the one that. Well, I just felt like he played with a lot of confidence for someone who was on loan as well.
Yeah. He did all right, and so did that other fellow that they just signed. Is it Diaz? Who they got from?
The one we was after, Brett
Diaz. Yeah.
He seemed the most unlucky. He looked like the most unlooked Chilean guy I've ever seen in my life, but he was.
Yeah. He did all right. I mean, he just another couple of games, and he'll be better. He'll be better. So,
definitely.
Yeah, I think it seems like Sheffield United they seem to grow a little bit under Wilder. I reckon they're a better side now than they were before when they had that other fellow coaching before they sacked him. Wilder, just, I don't know. He seems to get him a bit more than the other fellow did.
Sometimes managers are good fits for clubs.
Yeah,
and he fits them.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously we get our pet. Well, no, we're talking about Ben Johnson now because that happened in the 60-odd minute. I think he came on.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought even he came on smiling. He didn't even know what the fuck was going on, to be honest.
Fuck me. Surely you're the same as me.
That.
Like when you see him come, like warming up, you're going, "What the fuck's going on here?" Like, has Everson picked up a niggle? Sheffield looks like he's moving all right. Oh, okay. And then my last thought was, oh, maybe we're just going to like change a shape, go to a back three, something like that.
When they said that they was taking off, when they said that we was bringing on a defender, I was just like, for fuck's sake, what are we doing? What is he doing? And then when he came on and started in central midfield, I was like, fucking hell, what is going on? Because I know I called for Emerson to go into the central midfield role against Bristol when I saw him floating in. But I'll tell you what, Johnson, mate, he was unbelievable. And that just goes to show, like, a young man like him trying to get a contract at his boyhood club. No wonder everyone's calling for him to get a contract now. He should. Yeah. You can utilise him in so many different ways.
And he's got youth on his side as well, right? So, I mean, I can understand the likes of Sufal, 30, 40, 50 grand, whatever he's on. Like, mate, we're only going to have him for another couple of years. Like, he's ticking on. He's been very serviceable. But like, what's Ben Johnson? Is he 22 or 23? Like, he's got at least another 5 or 6 years under his belt with us, and I reckon he's a quality lad too. He's had his times where he's had bad runs or hasn't been right on top of his game, but mate, there's worse players in the squad earning more money than him. So I can understand his point of view. He just needs to be given an opportunity. And when he went there today, I don't know if you saw his face just as he's coming on. He must have been talking to like Ward Prowse or something. He's like, I don't know, I'm playing forward, and he's fucking laughing his ass off.
Yeah. When you play like Sunday League, you just go to the big fat geezer. Go on, give you 10 minutes, get up there. Like, that's what it reminded me of. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll have a bit of this.
How good's this?
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, he did himself proud. Yeah,
he sure did.
Like, that's 3 games.
He's got a touch of the Declan Rice's about him, hasn't he? The way he runs forward with the ball.
He reminded me a bit of that Reece Oxford performance against Arsenal.
Yeah.
All them years ago. It just the confidence he had he was breaking the lines, like he was getting through. He was crossing the ball with his weak foot. Yeah. And like we'll go on to their red card now. Definitely a red without shadow.
That was unbelievably like I don't know what the ref needed the VAR for with that. Like you sort of I was kind of like I missed it initially, but then when you saw the replay and you saw it at like live speed, you're just going, fuck, that was savage. That was absolutely savage and unnecessary. Like the ball had almost gone by the time he fucking got there, right?
Yeah, well, not only was it a really bad chance, it was from behind as well.
Yeah.
So and it was when you're going in like that and your studs are going down into someone's leg, mate. Like that's a lunge. That's a lunge. And to do it in the back of someone's leg, mate, is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, that's a leg breaker, mate. And that was and Emerson's been our best player, I'd say, this year. For me, early shout for consistent. Yeah. So I think the referee was really hoping that VAR would back him, or he relied on it too much to say, "Can you pull me out the shit if I get this wrong?"
Yeah,
and that's why the yellow came up.
Well, he definitely looked at it for a long time too, didn't he?
Yeah, but the other thing that I didn't like about it, the first angle that they were showing of it, they were doing it at match speed constantly, and I was like, "You never normally do this. You normally stop it, do a fucking straight zoom in thing on people's legs and where it's contact." I was like, "Please tell me you're going to show like a bit more of an angle here." But then they did, and obviously it prevailed. But we got a yellow card out of that as well. Yeah, I've got to be honest. I don't think there was much there because he wasn't banging the melee there.
No, so you only have to think that he must have sort of said something verbal. He must have just asked the ref, like, "What the fuck were you watching? Like, how is that not a red card?" That's all I could really think of. But I don't know. When those types of things happen and then decisions get overturned from his original decision, you sort of like, I don't know if you need to sort of like understand where the players' frustrations are. Like, there's a handful in the league, I think, that you wouldn't trust them or what they say to you. But the majority of the players, they don't jump up and down unless that is something really, really savage like that. So
one thing I did like is the fact that we all did get involved, because I gave them a lot of stick last week for the Bristol City one. We got roughed up massively, and our boys they didn't back each other up, and I fucking hate that. Like especially still playing myself. If one of our boys took a bad tackle, we're all fucking there, you know. Like you have to do that.
Yeah, as you should be.
And last week at Bristol City, we didn't do that. Yesterday we did it, and I was pleased. Bit upset about the outcome with him getting the yellow, because I think it was pretty much unnecessary, especially as what I don't get is that there was about 8 of our players around him, including Areola. Don't tell me that another one of them players didn't say the same thing as what Soufal did.
No, that's a fair point.
They should have all got him.
Yeah. It's like you either remember the first or the last one, don't you? So
that's it.
There's obviously,
and then we go into Danny Ings does a lovely little turn in their box. And as I said, if he was going any fucking quicker, we probably wouldn't have got it. But because he's so slow, it worked in our favour, and he got clipped. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
What was your feeling on who was going to take it or should have taken it?
As soon as it happened, I was like, oh fuck, JWP. I thought it had to be him. Yeah. Especially like from he was Southampton's penalty taker. What I did really appreciate though afterwards was he's almost like, oh, no, it's not me. Get around this point. Like, I thought that was a class act from him.
And that goes to show like how these characters are seen within the dressing room. Yeah, I think as well.
Fair point.
Like we all look at Danny Ings. A lot of us think he's not good enough, shouldn't be in the team. But these boys obviously see him work every day, and they probably see that he's trying his best. It's not quite worked out, but we need him now, so we need to rally around him. But I heard on a couple of other channels, people were like saying that in the crowd at the game, there was a lot of people giving him stick, like if he missed his place of pass or bad touch, which I don't think he had many of yesterday. It does annoy me, because we have got him at the moment, and we do need to get behind him, because we ain't got Antonio. We're losing a lot of players. So I think we need
especially with the situation that we're in, right? Like, as you do after a game, like you read a lot of forums, and then you get a lot of stuff in your feed that comes up overnight from other UK based supporters and stuff, and the amount of people that were getting stuck into Moyes for his fucking selections and things like that. And look, I'm the first one to put my hand up and say I don't want him around any longer than we have to have him. But I don't know what other choices.
Are we talking about David Moyes, or are we talking about Danny Ings?
Yeah, no, Moyes. So I don't know how many choices he needed to make today. But then from that, like, people need to sort of, I guess, accept that like these are the best players we've got that we can put on the park right now. I don't know what else you could have done, like we talked about with selection. So just get behind them, and support them as much as you possibly can. If there's other players that are available that can come in that are better than them, then that's a different scenario. But I just don't think we had many we didn't have any choices like that today at all. We didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the Ben Johnson thing, I really hope that was worked on in training, that him playing, because the way he came on, it didn't look like he'd fucking worked on that whatsoever, which again shows me that Moyes is either just winged it, do you know what I mean? And it's kind of worked because he played well. Unfortunately, we didn't get the result. But if he's winging it, that doesn't impress me whatsoever, mate.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't disagree with your comment, but I also look at the way that, you could probably see from the way, like, Cornet was probably, it would have been a decision between him or Fornals, I reckon, as to who they sub. So, and I think that Fornals was probably putting himself about a little bit more than Cornet. Like, I can't recall much that Cornet did in that second half. So when you've got to make that decision, you look over to your bench. You haven't got any other wide players that you could put on. Mabama was probably the one that I was thinking was going to come on, but I guess
so he came on in the 88th minute, mate.
Yeah, but I guess you go back to that sort of seniority thing that Moyes seems to sort of stick by it, I kind of understand why Johnson was coming through. And, like always with Moyes, when he's got his back's against the wall, he fucking does something, and usually it comes off, right? So here's another sort of scenario. It's like, I told you so.
Yeah,
sure he did,
but
mate.
he fucking didn't again. But
Yeah.
Like Mabama, I said this on Claret and Booze the other day when I was on their show on the Boozecast, and you got to set these players up for success. Don't set them up to fail. Like bringing Mabama on for 2 fucking minutes after he's just had a load of stick from the last game. Don't bring him on for 2 minutes. It's fucking pointless. You might as well put Marshall on. Do you know what I mean? Like just because you're denting the geezer's confidence constantly. Yeah. And like for me as a still player, if someone said you're going on for 2 minutes, I'd probably say don't fucking bother, mate. If I'm being honest, but I know he wants to play his minutes, his Premier League, but fucking hell, like give him a little bit more time. You can't get into a game for 2 minutes, and it wasn't. I think so. He ended up playing about 10 minutes, didn't he? But none of us knew that it was going to be 6 minutes added on.
No.
And then obviously we give away another little free kick from Soufal, and it was a professional foul.
Yeah. And I think that sort of is an interesting point to make there as well, from Kieran there as well. As much as I thought Johnson was fantastic, he did lose the ball that led to the Soufal send-off. Look, it's correct in what you're saying. Do you think that Soufal needed to really lunge in like that so late in the game?
He does that all the time.
Yeah. He could have just sort of steered him further down the line, though.
He's a very calculated footballer, so he knew that was a professional foul. Take him down. Yeah. Don't know if he was getting it. Like I think he knew that he was obviously going to get a yellow. Surely, like the referee obviously had his number, because if you pull one player out of 9 players having a dig at the referee from earlier, and you're the one who's been pulled out, that means that referee doesn't quite like you.
Yeah.
So you just knew. But it was so obviously I know Ben Johnson might have lost it, but again, that ain't his fucking position either. So it's a learning curve. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have lost it, but should Soufal have jumped in the way he did? Who knows? Like it's an opinion thing, isn't it? So it's just one of them things.
Well, you could also argue, mate. He was one. I think he put the cross in at the end for Bowen too, wasn't he?
He was, but we'll come back to that. So obviously, Soufal gets the red. We get the red. David Moyes, he was so interested in what the fuck was going on with Soufal that he completely forgot to sort out on the pitch. For me, there was you need to think about what's going on now on the game. Don't worry about fucking Soufal. He's off. It's done. Don't even worry about it. Now we need to set up and make sure that we don't let something happen, which it did. Do I think it was a penalty? No. What do you reckon?
I don't reckon so. I mean, there's 3 bodies in there, right? And if anything, the worst affected was Areola in the end. I don't know if you saw those pictures that were flying around earlier on today of his face, but mate, you don't get fucking fat lips like that from just a grazing of an elbow. That's a clear cut fucking smack to the chops.
It's a fucking elbow, mate. Like that. That it's not like Areola clattered him, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's gone straight through him and completely taken him out. It was a ball to be won from either one of them. He didn't even punch him in the head. No, when he come out with the punch, he didn't even hit him. So
I think it's one of those ones though, right? Where if it's not given, right, that's the way it stays. But when you looked at it, they've got to find a clear and obvious area to overturn that. It was a shit call. But I think I put that one down to the ref than more than anything else. It was a poor decision.
But why wasn't it looked at? I don't understand.
They did look at it, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, I thought they did, but they
look at them.
Well, I don't think they saw a clear and obvious, error that they could turn over. I think there was probably minor fault on both sides, but I think that Areola came out worse off from that. He was the last one there, but the first foul was really on him in my opinion. But
and then Ollie McBurney, who I fucking hate, he's just one of them people that he's got a face you just want to punch in, right? I thought Fabianski coming on. I don't know if I was agreeing with that or not.
Yeah,
but Moyes has done it before with the Noble thing. 92nd minute, let's be the saviour. He goes the right way.
Didn't work out either, did it?
No, exactly, and that's what I thought, mate. But again, he slots it home. That's not the end of the game, though, mate. So obviously, Ben Johnson makes a lovely, amazing run down the wing, crosses it with his weak foot, and then I thought I was at Twickenham because I saw one of the worst rugby tackles I've ever seen in my life.
That was shocking, wasn't it?
How was that not getting a penalty?
Well, I heard that they didn't even review it.
No.
Which is fucking beyond me. Like the amount of times like they replayed it and I'm just going, like there's a little bit of grabbing there. But the more you look at it, like he does not look at the ball once.
No. His eyes are focused on Bowen.
Yeah.
The ball, if the ball is looking at the back of your head, mate, there's a problem. Because that means that you've got no intention to go for the ball.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it came off his arm onto Bowen's arm as well, didn't it?
Yeah. So there was so much, and there was actually another fucking shout for a penalty that I think we should have got. Danny Ings he made a really good. He hit something really low in the 6-yard box, and one of their players sort of went down, and it did hit him on the arm.
Yeah,
and that didn't get looked at either.
No, so we've had those overturned our way as well. Like I understand that now. If they say, well, it's breaking your fall, fair enough with that one.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And he was almost like nearly down as it was going there, and the players didn't make much of that one either, right?
No, they didn't. No, but I think we should have had that penalty in that last minute, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, that was beyond me. But at the end of the day, like as disappointing as that referee was, it was frustrating. Like it's hard to say that we didn't have enough chances there to put the game to bed either, right?
Yeah. Fucking hell! No, 2 points dropped. We'll go for a couple of these. Just definitely to a few people in the chat. Tony Martin, the commentators mentioned that we have 4 players on the bench who have yet to play their first Premier League game. When do you think that might happen, and under what circumstances?
Until we get one more chance. They've got one more chance, and it'll be fucking next week. Yeah, I think because it's not until do we not play until Tuesday? Is that right?
Just have a look. Now,
is it a Monday night game or something like that?
We are next on, mate. I'll tell you. If I think my phone is that hot.
That's all right.
It's not even working.
Quick look. I guess my point is there that like we've got that game, and that's like the end of February. So I think it's the 29th, yeah.
Friday the 2nd of Feb.
2nd of Feb, is it?
Yeah.
Far out. I thought we had another game in between there.
No.
Yeah, you're right. So I mean, if Garner bow out, hopefully by then, Paqueta won't be too far away. Antonio could possibly be coming back as well. There's a few more options for first team players for Moyes, and you'd think that like we're going to get 1 or 2 in all the talk that's coming out around what's his name, Calvin Phillips. I'm not so sure that Smith Rowe will happen. But you'd think that 1 or 2 more players will come in that are, of senior level. So, if they don't get a chance before the next, or from our next game, I'm not sure it's going to happen. There's too many more players that are coming back in. So, even for players like Cornet, I reckon he's got 1 more chance before he'll be fucking warming the pine.
Yeah. Simon Matthews, good day from Melbourne Hammers. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Hi, buddy.
You just said it's a lot cooler down in your way, mate. I'll tell you what, it's fucking roasting here.
Fuck you. Stop rubbing it in. That's not fair.
Budgie, hello mate, how you doing? Hi at Kieran. I might not be an expat, but I am an ex-con, so I have permission to be here. Like it.
We'll take anyone. Doesn't matter. Ex-con, expat.
So, man, yeah, nice and cool.
Yeah.
Then we got Cape Fagor. I do not know if this is true, but someone posted the Sheffield United player put on his channel the W tune. What the fuck? Yes, I did see that. He put it on his Instagram story. This is the player who did it, of him actually rugby tackling him down and putting the WWE theme tune to it. So even he knew he fucking done it.
It's a bit farcical, isn't it?
Yeah. And then this is one on us. And then just a follow up on that quickly. Let's be honest, regardless of decisions going our way or not, we were up shite. Moyes really needs to go. I've had enough of this super defensive style. Pisses me off. You're singing from my hymn sheet, my friend. It's not for me either. I much prefer to see football develop and progress with someone else now. I'm hoping that it's going to happen. I hope he doesn't get any player in this January transfer window, because I think we've got enough coming back in. And I think the January transfer window for me is when you have injuries, you have players that you're not going to play, and you can get rid of one, bring one in. Thing is, with what we've got, we knew AFCON was happening, so we'd lose Aguirre, Kudus. We've obviously not been able to play Alvarez, which has been a shame. Antonio's been out for ages. Paquetá got injured at the beginning of January. Fucking hell! If you're gonna do your transfers, you do them when you know that you need them. This is the 22nd day into January, and we haven't signed a player. So
unfortunately, it's part of the course for us as well. But I'm not saying it's right. It's fucked more than anything, because you're right. Like, you know, let's just say, like, I mean, the one player that we're really fucking linked with right now heavily is Calvin Phillips. When the fuck did he last play a game? You know, he's going to need 3 or 4 weeks on the paddock just to, like, you know, for Moyes' bedding in period. But it's not like he's coming straight off for fucking another first team, is it?
He fucking better do. It's a $7 million loan deal for 4 months.
Yeah, it's a fucking pricey one. I think he's sitting on around about 150 grand a week as well.
It's like when you go cash converters, you know what I mean? And you like they do you completely over, but when you sell it back to them, you get fuck all.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You get a VHS player or something we don't even fucking need.
So we're not going to go mad on this show. This was just going to do a quick one of the game, but as there's a few of you in there, we'll talk about it. Simon Matthews, do the panel think West Ham United will buy, loan anyone in this window? Well, I think we kind of just covered that. But what do you reckon? I think the only one for me is Calvin Phillips.
Yeah. And look, I guess I wrote on another forum the other day. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but the answer's in front of us. What we need to do in that midfield area, like Paqueta should be in over fucking Socek, and we should be focusing on an out and out left winger. Right? I think it's definitely an upgrade, but it's like another luxury. You know, like we don't necessarily need another midfielder. I don't think so. If we can find a left-sided forward, I'd be happy with it.
Kieran, wipe your mouth, my friend.
He is available, and he's a left-sided forward.
I love that. He's offered himself to Barcelona.
That's not true, isn't it? Yeah. Is he? Did I hear he's off to the MLS?
I don't give a shit where he goes. To be honest. As long as he ain't anywhere near us, mate. That's all that matters to me.
No.
Cape again. I agree. Why are we not implementing our youth over a period of the season through rotations? You cannot expect a youth or any sub to hit the floor running. Any player needs time. 100% agree with that. Like, as I said, Mabama coming on for 2 minutes here and there. It's fucking not. It's pointless. It's like he's just won it out of a lucky dip bag. Like, no one wants a Blue Peter badge today. Do you know what I mean? Not really. Not at that age.
No, you're absolutely right. So, Richard here is echoing my thoughts there. It's just it's madness. But look, I think there wouldn't even be an option to buy there, would there? With Calvin Phillips at that stage, I wouldn't think, would you?
Well, the thing is, if we buy Calvin Phillips on a permanent, right, that just blocks the pathway of Freddie Potts at Wickham. Like he's ripping up there. Like he's a youngster. He'll be going, what the fuck they bringing him in for? You got Finn Downs at Southampton.
Yeah,
don't tell me that he's playing football. That's the difference. It might be in the Championship.
Yeah,
but at least he's playing.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah,
like he's more match fit than Calvin Phillips is.
It does. Yeah, I mean, when you sit down and say it like that, it does make you wonder what Moyes' opinion is of Flynn Downs, right? Like just to have him on the bench and come on the 70-minute mark and play 30 minutes when if Alvarez goes off, that's fine. You know, I'm sure he'd be happy with that.
Oh, definitely.
It's not going to cost you fucking 65 million either, is he?
Nah, Budgie, I still think we should be going balls out to get Steven Bergwijn. Bergwijn. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's on at Ajax now, isn't he? It was
he's a captain. Player? Yeah, captain of Ajax. And I'm not being funny. I don't think they'd have their pants pulled down 3 times in 1 year by West Ham. We've literally taken 2 best players. And then if we took their captain in January, I don't think that'd be a good look for them. Their fans would be in up fucking raw. We would. Well, we could be in uproar in the summer if we lose our 3 boys. So we'll see. But yeah, mate. I mean,
I heard Stighton's private jet's over in Asia at the moment. Looking at a couple of Asian players at the Cup. Or sorry, it's in Qatar. Yeah, looking at the Asian Cup.
There's some lovely Chinese restaurants in. There's some lovely Chinese restaurants in London. Don't need to go that
far. It's very true. Korean as well. So
yeah. But no, it was obviously I was a bit gutted about this morning. I wasn't angry. I was a bit like, fucking hell, what happened there? It was, like the Bristol game really pissed me off. The way we played over the 180 minutes, it was farcical. But last night I thought there was passages of play that I quite liked. I quite enjoyed the game up until we were winning 2-1, and then obviously I fucking hated it. But I didn't think with the personnel we had, I don't think it was actually too bad.
No.
In-game management, as always, left to be desired. But yeah, we're on to Bournemouth next, so we'll be doing our preview show. Well, if we've got a little bit of time off now as well, so we'll see. But we'll probably try and get on at some point. Probably deadline day, we could do something.
Yeah, I'm off on a cruise on Monday, so.
You're getting to that age, are you?
Mate, don't knock it till you tried it. Cannot wait. It's going to be good. Hopefully, there's a telly on there because I'll be on the boat on the 2nd. So,
mate,
hopefully we can catch a game. That'd be fantastic.
But yeah, mate, it was a nice little see. Obviously, we haven't been very. To be honest, I'll apologise because we haven't been exactly as. What's the word? Putting shows out at a knot, but yeah, we've all been really busy. It's been a really busy start to the year for myself. I know Matthew's had COVID. Dave's been robbed and all sorts, and started back up at work. And obviously Nathan's been around, but yeah, we'll be trying to get more shows out. We will be doing probably guest spots on Claret and Booze as well, so we'll be around. The faces will be around, but we want to get this channel up and going, and hopefully everyone still likes us, even though we haven't put too many videos out. But that's life. Sometimes work just gets in the way, and you got to do what's more important, I think. And watching West Ham is obviously always what we're going to do, but we haven't always got the time to do the shows. But we will make sure that we have our shows back Mondays and Thursdays. But yeah, sometimes life just gets in the way.
That's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, because half of you out there that watch us don't.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It was only a quick one tonight, but obviously Sheffield United, the points are shared, and hopefully we go on to Bournemouth and get a result. But we will be doing our preview show, so we'll let you know what we think. But yeah, other than that, Nath, thanks, mate. Cheers, brother.
Come on, you eyes.
Go on, you eyes.
Cheers, guys.